Hi everybody, Badraven here. Decided to make another video today of some equipment that I've bought over the years that I play my movies on. I like to collect all different styles of movies. I'm going to talk about. You got your VHS up there. Your VHS movies. I got my big box ones. And I got my DVD collections, right through there. And then I go on with my Blu-rays, my newest stuff, all the way down, all the way through here. Almost two rows of that. But I collect all different other types too. I don't know if I've showed you these. I'm probably going to make a video for them separately. But I've got my laser discs too, which are the big versions of like the DVD disc, but they're the whole circumference of the of the big sleeve. These look like a record album, but they're not. These are actual movies, and you have to flip them over because they don't hold that much. Back in the early 90s, they didn't hold enough. They didn't have enough room to hold all the movies, so they had sometimes put multiple discs in there, and you have to flip them, unless you get a machine that flips them. So that's a format I would like to show you at another time. But I've got one now. My buddy in England, Aaron, requested that I do a video of some of my older formats, and I got one called a CED player. And I'm going to take you in here to the living room and show you. I'm here in my, I like to call it my 80s section of my room. I got my floor model television I remember as a kid. Not the exact same one, of course. I bought this off of a gentleman in, I think it was Danville, Kentucky. His mother had passed away, and got it for like $25. And I think it was on Craigslist that I bought it. And me and my son and nephew went out and picked it up. But I bought the actual TV there, and then I started adding some of my old electronic equipment to it. This is a VHS machine, a 70s era VHS machine, still works, Panasonic. We will be doing a review of that one pretty soon. Okay. Then we have the laser disc player that I was showing you in there, right here. Pioneer, my little stickers coming off. And now the CED player. That's this monster. The CED player is a video unit that came out in the early 80s, and it wasn't quite, didn't quite take off, but I always heard about it, on previews and stuff like that in magazines and maybe a few commercials, but we never got it around here where I live. Never showed up that I know of, maybe in some very selective places that I didn't shop. But it's called a CD player, but as you see here, it's a capacitance electronic disc system, so CED, which was a symbol. This is made by RCA. It's a Select Division series, and it's a player. It doesn't record anything. It just plays the movies on it. You've got buttons up here for rapid access. It's supposed to be like fast forward, rewind, I guess, and visual search. I guess that's the fast forward, rewind. This is rapid search, maybe for certain chapters of the movie. And then you got your pause button, and this is kind of a weird thing. When you push your disc in, you push this down. Well, you first got to put this in the load position, then put your disc in, and then you push it up to the play, and then it plays. I'll show you a demonstration of that in just a few minutes. But it's a big heavy unit, kind of like the old VCRs, like of the day, like this baby. And it is quite heavy. It's quite a heavy thing. I bought this off eBay. I think I got a few movies with it, and I bought some extra movies over time. The picture quality is not very desirable. It's maybe a notch down from VHS, I guess. I just wanted to get it because it was something I always heard about, and it's kind of a cool looking situation, the way they load their stuff and everything on it. So I always wanted one, so I bought it. I'll watch it on occasions. sometimes the discs are like a record inside, like you would play a record on, and it sometimes skips and stuff like a record would. So I'm going to show you some of the movies that I've got for it. They come in these big, huge, like record size type, they call them like a caddy or something. Just you got a front and your back, you know. Neat, I like all the artwork on it. This is a little bit dingy. But it's got everything basically that you'd have on a VHS tape or DVD. But like I said, it's like a plastic hard cover. And the end of it here, the edge is what actually goes into the machine. The whole thing goes in the machine and you pull it out. The sleeve comes out and the little record thing inside of it stays in. The reason they did that, they didn't want people touching it, because if you get oils off your fingers onto the disc, it can make it skip even worse and cause damage to the disc. So they made a carrier for it. And I got a few of the old ones. Jaws, Airplane 2, the sequel, Dragon Slayer, 10. And of course, you got to have Star Wars in every edition on top of electronics. You get one, so I got it on this one too. And Empire Strikes Back. Really love that cover. It's beautiful. You know, Return of the Jedi was so big they had to put it on 2 different ones. So you got, let's see, you got a part 2 and a part 1. But still, you can see somebody, I didn't buy this for $1, but somebody bought this for $1. Half price books, it looks like. Wish I'd have paid that for it. I might have paid a little more. Somebody bought it and resold it on eBay to me for more. Then you got Tron, Jaws 2, The Black Hole. It's a movie I like that nobody else likes. It's a kid thing. And The Last Starfighter, which I think I got on about every type of different media. But that's the actual movies. And I'll put one in here and kind of show you what it does, okay? Alright, turn the old television on, the old-fashioned way. I got a remote, but I'm too close to it. We'll turn it on. Lights up pretty green. Hear it kicking in. We'll put The Last Starfighter in. Show you a little bit of footage, not much, because we don't want copyright material stuff going in. You take the movie, you take the actual movie, and you put it at the edge of the, I'm already doing it wrong. First, you take the lever, go to the load position. That'll make the L stand for load come on. Then you take the movie and you stick it in there and you slide it all the way in. Don't slide your player plumb off the thing like I just did. And you pull this part out and it's in. See? I don't know if you can tell that's empty. You can see the actual caddy in there or not. So it's in the actual thing. Put your movie here on top. Then you take your load up into the play. And you see everything starts kind of says side 1 playing. Then we're getting a picture. Of course, you get your beautiful warning screen that I remember as a kid on all my VHS tapes and not recording. So when I recorded stuff illegally, I would have this not on there. No, I'm just joking. Nobody ever recorded any kind of movies back in the 80s. We know that. That would be a crime, and we wouldn't commit a crime. So, as you can see, the picture quality looks pretty decent on a television like this. And you put this on a big screen, and it's going to look like crap because of the different settings of these TVs. So you get a little bit of, I don't know if you can tell on the recording, but you get a little bit of like tracking or something. It might be laser, what they call too. Might be building up on it. But it still plays in these old days. And see, you got the beginning of your movie. You can hear it or not. Last Starfighter, I might do a review of this movie. I really liked this as a kid. It's a very good movie. Go back to load and unload. Let me show you how you unload it. Take it, slide it in. See now the white trim, that is the caddy that's been reinserted into the actual case. If you wanted like that end after about 45 minutes of movie and you need to flip it over, you just turn it upside down and do the same thing. Go that way with it and play the second part of the movie, because these were not big enough to hold the entire movie on one side. Back in the 80s, people. It's a long time ago. So I'm going to turn this back to the off position. Turn the monitor back on. So I don't know what you thought of that, but it ain't something that you're going to just run out and go buy, you know. You definitely have to kind of want something like that. I bought it and I played it a few times. I like to watch it every once in a while just to give it, you know, keep the belts and stuff going. So I decided to, you know, buy it. I probably won't buy any more movies for it because I'm never going to be able to watch them. Maybe just get them for artwork. Maybe. It's whatever I decide to do with that. But I just figured I'd make this video and let you kind of see what different types of stuff I have. I'm going to try to make one for the Laserdisc player and one for the old VHS player that I have. But we appreciate you watching, and remember to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I got my new shirt on, my promotional shirt. I'm going to make some changes to it, maybe make a new one, and then may have a giveaway. I got a buddy that wants one of them, and Aaron, I'm talking about you. I'm going to try to get you one out to you when I redesign it. And just thank you for watching. And remember, the Badraven is your friend. And please come back and watch our videos. We appreciate it. So I'll let you go, and goodbye.